Another day, another patch for WWE 2K25. But has this one finally fixed the issues that everyone has been experiencing? Let's dive into the patch notes and your feedback to find out. So, starting at the top of the list for patch 1.04, in general, we have stability and performance improvements. Nothing really notable there. This is a big one, however, addressed reported concerns of the inability to launch Meyers. This has been the biggest issue plaguing the game ever since it released a few days ago, and based on the feedback that I have heard from within our Discord community, the YouTube comments, and on Twitter/X, this does feel like it has done the job for many people out there. From what I can gather, some people are still getting crashes during their Meyers playthrough at random moments that don't seem to line up from player to player, but as far as the common issue of not being able to launch Meyers at all without your game crashing, that seems to be fixed from what I've heard. But if that contradicts your experience and you're still having crashes when trying to launch Meyers, please let me know in the comments down below. Address reported concerns of deletion utility instability. Again, this was another big one, I think as prominent as the Meyers crash issues, where pretty much anytime anyone was going into the deletion utility to delete some logos, just like with Meyers, the game was crashing. Again, feedback seems to dictate that this now has solved the issue and those crashes have stopped. But again, if you're experiencing any different, let me know. And address reported issues with Sensational Sherry and Shawn Michaels attires when used as managers. Next up, we move over to the island. Address reported concerns of incorrect superstar portraits displaying when loading into matches. This is one that I had seen a couple of times, so it's nice to see that this one has been addressed. There does still seem to be some excessive loading time issues when it comes to the island, so hopefully that will be coming in a future patch. Next up, we have gameplay. Addressed reported concerns of the first entrance in a War Games match remaining outside of the ring. I have seen this one firsthand. This actually happened to me while I was doing the War Games match that is part of Showcase mode. In my experience, this wasn't anything game breaking. This was literally just something that happened during the entrances. But perhaps there's a bigger version of this that I haven't experienced, so if this has fixed it for you, let me know. Address reported concerns of chain wrestling not triggering. Chain wrestling seems to be a little bit busted across the board. Not only has it not been triggering for certain people at the time that they expect it to trigger, but in my experience, it is also triggering at random times when you don't want it to trigger. I unfortunately don't have the footage of it, but I have an example where I was 15-20 minutes into a match, and then my opponent grappled me from behind while I was leant up in the corner, and that somehow triggered chain wrestling to start. So yeah, it seems like there's a few things that they need to sort out here. And address reported concerns of the LED barricades not displaying appropriate damage. LED barricade damage was something that I wasn't seeing at all before this patch, and now when I go into my game and test it, it does seem to be working the way that it's supposed to. And finally, under Create a Superstar, addressed reported concerns related to coloring to custom images. This was absolutely plaguing the core community when the game first launched. For those of you who don't know, it was causing logos to basically discolor, the saturation on them was changing a lot and it just wasn't looking like it was supposed to. But from what I gather, this has now been fixed. I've spoken to a couple of different people who were having this issue, especially when it was coming to skin texture and tattoos and different things like that. And everything seems to now be working for them, and quite importantly, it's working for them without needing to re-upload the images. So if you did upload images before this patch, those should now be working, but I will add the caveat that it does seem like you need to reapply the logos. If you applied a logo before the patch and it discolored, it will probably still be discolored now until you go in and change it. Quick cheap plug, but now that these core issues have been resolved, if you want to show off your core making abilities, consider joining our WWE 2K25 core contest. You could win some awesome prizes in the process, including a WWE 2K25 season pass or a $40 gift card of your choosing if you already have it. So if that sounds like something of interest to you, I'll leave a link to the full details in the description down below. So, all in all, this seems like it was a pretty successful patch. I definitely appreciate that some people are still having some issues with Create a Superstar and Meyers and the Island and a couple of other things that were name dropped in this patch, but as far as the specific issues that were addressed in this patch, these do seem to have done the job, and from what I've heard from players and my own experience, these have seemed to solve the issue. Again, if that contradicts any of your own experiences, please let me know in the comment section down below so we can try and feed this back to the developers. But moving forward and looking to the future, and more importantly, looking forward to future patches, there are still some things that need to be addressed. Right off the top, looking in the feedback thread for patch 1.04 within the WWE 2K community Discord, Sumatra, the community manager, has addressed the issue of custom matches still not working online, and she says this is with the team at this current moment in time, so by the looks of things, the hopeful fix for this issue will be coming in the next couple of patches. Alongside that, despite the colouring issue to custom images being fixed in Create a Superstar, there are still quite a few glitches plaguing Create a Superstar, including continued issues with face textures, face morphing, logos not lining up properly, create an entrance sometimes causing crashes, amongst other things. However, when it comes to the issues with Create a Superstar and the creation suite as a whole, we really want to do a deep dive into that because some things seem like their glitches are not working because they need to do a patch, and some things seem like they're not working simply because 2K decided to just take them out of the game this year. So what we want you guys to do is in the comment section down below, or if you want to tweet us on X or drop us a message in our community Discord, link down below, we want to know about all of the issues that you're having with Creation Suite, and what we're going to do is we're going to compile all the issues that we can find, put them into one big informative video for the developers, and then hopefully we can start getting to the bottom of some of these issues, especially when it comes to working out if they are glitches or if these changes are intentional. That video should be out tomorrow, if not the day after that, so don't waste any time, give us your feedback, let us know what you're experiencing, and we'll be sure to include that in the video. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. That is patch 1.04. Hopefully this has finally fixed those big crashing issues, especially the ones related to Meyers and the deletion utility. But of course, again, if that contradicts your experience, let us know. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, drop a like on the video and subscribe for more WWE 2K25 content. And again, if that previously mentioned WWE 2K25 core contest is something of interest to you, check out the video linked in the description down below for the full details on how to get involved. We'd also like to send a big thank you to our VIP Club supporters, Larz, Elliot J. Meyers, HuskeyFunHouse, Ray, TJFrost, and all the names that you see on your screen now for making the content that we create possible. If you'd like to get more out of all things related to the movement and FAM, consider joining the VIP Club using the links in the description down below.